Back live here on Between the Slicks. Well, it is good to join you here on the Monday Morning Racer platform with this flagship show for yours truly, Lee Craft, aka the Monday Morning Racer. That is Between the Slicks. This is the 199th installment of Between the Slicks. So getting there to big 200 should already been there a long time ago, honestly. But we're going to get there. I have to have a big guest for 200. We'll figure that out. But we got a big guest on the show today, and that is Mr. Pete Kaiser. He knows how to win in Nostalgia Top Fuel, and he did just that at the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion at Bowling Green, Kentucky, Beach Bend Raceway Park this past weekend over Father's Day. Certainly a good gift to get over Father's Day. That's a Diamond Wally in the 75th season of the National Hot Rod Association at the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion. That's about as nostalgic as you can get when you think about it. 75 years of NHRA, winning in Nostalgia Top Fuel at Bowling Green, Beach Bend, with all of its idyllic, iconocast, nostalgia and retroism that it's got. I mean, that's pretty cool. And Pete Kaiser got it done. But he got it done, I will say, in a strange way. I don't think it's the way that he wanted to get it done, but as he said in one interview, hey, better to be lucky than good sometimes, and that was certainly the case at Bowling Green, Kentucky, Beach Bend Raceway Park. We see some of you diving into the comment section. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and I appreciate that, Megan. Thank you. I appreciate that. And there's a lot of fine podcasts out there, such as my co-host on the Competition Plus Power Hour, Dujanet Bland, the Not Bland Show, and the Wes Buck Show, and the NHRA Insider with Brian Loans, and Chad Reynolds at Bang Shift's got to come. Look, the more talk we get around drag racing, the better. It is certainly worthwhile to talk about. So we're going to be taking a look at Pete Kaiser's day. But if you want to know what happened in Top Fuel at Bowling Green, you can. You can see the qualifying recap and round-by-round action on the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel. Full elimination coverage of Top Fuel there from Beach Bend Raceway Park and the National Hot Rod Reunion. You can see it on the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel. Also, there's a lot of great coverage out there. I want to mention this at the top. I'm going to bring it up. Jacob, I'll have to do this because it's going to have to be a screen share. But there were many people out there showcasing how great Top Fuel is in the NHRA nostalgia scene. And one of them that does one of the best jobs, Rick Bain, Nitro Slam Dance. This is a magazine that's online, yes, but you can get print copies of this later. He still has print copies of Fuel Altered and this year's March Meet for Funny Car. I need to pick up a copy myself. But man, he does a tremendous job laying it out just like a professional magazine would have it laid out, with stellar photos and recaps of qualifying and diving into the action round by round that takes place with Nostalgia Top Fuel. Really covers the totality of the event, covering here a little bit of Fuel Altered action. Yes, High Heaven took a shot to heaven. I got that on video, but it looks good here in the magazine as well. And then Gerald Hange stepping up, first ever time in a Nostalgia Top Fuel car in the NHRA that I understand, and he goes all the way to the final round. What a spectacular day. And Mr. Kaiser, there's his Diamond Wally that we're looking at right now. We're going to talk to him next after this word from Diligent Innovation Fabrication and Dove Fuels. Thank you for your support of the Monday Morning Racer coverage there at the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion at Beach Bend Raceway Park.
Diligent Innovation Fabrication, the leader in meat processing equipment for the small, intermediate meat processor. Be diligent and choose Diligent Innovation Fabrication. Nitromethane for your nitro burner to you direct from Dove Fuels. Whether it's a drop or a drum, fly right with Dove Fuels.
All right, Pete. Glad to have you here in the show. Always good to talk to you, and it's good to talk on a win, and that is what you got there at Bowling Green. But a lot of work built up to that, and I do want to take the time with you. And last year, you were in the thick of the points hunt, just as you are this year, now leading the points after Bowling Green, but not able to come away with the championship. The Hiltons go on and get number 4. So, what was your offseason like in preparation to even get to the March meet? I want to begin there with you.
Pretty much just freshened everything up, got everything recertified. No big changes. We front half the car by Bicottrol, front half the car, because we heard it about a year ago in Reading, and we kind of patched it together. So Cottrell front halved it, and then we just serviced all the motor parts, new rods, like I said, certified everything. Went through the truck and trailer, and just got ready for this year.
So, the normal maintenance to get ready for drag racing at the level in which you're doing it at in the NHRA Hot Rod Heritage Series and Top Fuel, and it is highly competitive out there. And we see that. I'm going to bring up this moment. Don't mean to bring up any wounds and open them back up, but March meet, number 1 qualifier, but then you go down to the nemesis in Tyler Hilton. Let's look at it real quick.
263.31 miles an hour. Tyler Hilton, 581, 249. Pete Kaiser, Tyler Hilton, 262 and 330. They both were. Tyler Hilton at half track was 208 miles.
Oh, Mike English there with a call at Famoso Drag Strip for the March meet. I imagine that one still stings to see.
It does. All weekend down there, I was lost. I tried some new stuff on Thursday and Friday. We tried going back to our regular stuff on Saturday, and we just couldn't catch up. When we lost those 1, 2, 3 qualifying rounds, it just put us behind the 8 ball, and we're scrambling. That's why we came to Bowling Green. No test and tune. Stick to our game plan of what we know, and we're going to kind of do that all year. Stop testing so much. We've been trying new things, trying to go quicker and faster, and it seems like just staying consistent is a better spot for us.
I think that's a good play. I know a lot of folks, they will test themselves out of a good running car. I've experienced that with a lot of Southeast Gassers Association racers. I think of Ted McKee and the Rocky Top Missile. He talked about that the last Sega Live we had. And I think of that even with my dad. We had a junior dragster, and I'm like, Dad, would you stop touching the car? I don't know what to dial in because you touched the car. Stop it. It runs good. It's bracket racing, dude. But I get what you're saying. And going to Bowling Green, why go to Bowling Green? You know, we only had 5 top fuelers out there. Certainly wish we had a full field. It was a competitive race, even with the 5, a strange race with the 5. But, you know, why not look at like Great Bend over Bowling Green? Or why not just wait it out and, you know, for what remains on the West Coast?
Bowling Green is my favorite place to race. I just love the track. I love the people. I love it back there. I like to drive back there too. When I heard there was only going to be 4 cars, I called my wife and said, hey, let's not even go to Bowling Green and waste the money. And she goes, are you having a stroke right now? Or what is wrong? She goes, we'll talk about this when we get home from work, but we're going to Bowling Green. I'm like, okay, we're going to Bowling Green. I love the place. And even though it was only 5 cars, it was great competition out there. With the track being a little iffy, it was even a better race, I think, because it just wasn't a horsepower win. I mean, I got lucky all day on Sunday to win. And I just love going to Bowling Green. I wish I could go to Great Bend too. We just can't do it with time off work, and everybody's got a job here. If it was the following weekend, we could have probably pulled it off. But being with that 2-week separation, it's tough. But I think I'll always go to Bowling Green. Even if I had to miss the March meet or the reunion, I think I'd still go to Bowling Green. It's the best place to race to me.
That is some high praise. I know you've been to a lot of different tracks and raced at them. I don't disagree. It is such a neat and truly unique location to go and experience a drag race or cover as media or be a drag racer at. Those covered stands, those old seats, the turnout, and the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion is a neat mix because, well, it's car show element and it's street rodding and it's drag racing. It's so many things going on at once. I thought the program Saturday was really good, that you've got all this racing, finals in twilight, and they roll right into the awards for the car show and then Cackle Fest. That's a pretty good Father's Day outing, I think.
That's a great outing. And I love that we qualified Thursday, Friday, and raced on Saturday. I wish we raced every day on Saturday. There's no crowd on Sunday. It's a good day. Everyone can go home, go back to work on Monday. It's just a really good program back there. And the people that come out, they're really happy that we come all the way from California. I bet 80% of the people like to say, thank you for coming all this way out to race. We love it.
Now, you mentioned that you've obviously raced there in Top Fuel, but you mentioned in the interview at the end of the race that you've also had some funny car action there. So it's not just been behind, a motor in a slingshot, but with a body over you.
It was with Dan Ham's funny car. He was driving it. And we went there in 2022, and Dan was driving. We run up to Bucky Austin in the final. And I had a runner up with Denver Shoots driving a car, with Dan Ham driving his dragster, with the funny car, with me last year in the dragster. I'm like, man, I got to get this monkey off my back on Bowling Green. I'll never not be able to come here until I win this thing.
Well, you did that this past weekend. Let's dive into it. You mentioned iffy track. Looks like qualifying, you had it figured out. And then race day, we'll talk about that in a moment, but it changed completely for you and your team. So the qualifying effort, break that down for me. And then, wow, I bet after round one, you're like, I'm sure glad we went number one.
Qualifying went just as planned, pretty much. We wanted to come out and just go A to B, hopefully run a mid 80, not smoke the tires and lose that round. And we came back and we ran that 76, shook the tires pretty good. So we tried to make a small move, and it really shook the tires hard. And it ended up chunking the tires on that run. And I broke I didn't break the chassis, broke the body panels, broke the computer box. It really shook the car to pieces. So we came back and we're like, man, I don't know if I can run these tires. So I called Robert with Hoosier and showed him the tires. He goes, Pete, you cannot run those tires. So for eliminations, I put on my used set of tires, and they'd been in the trailer for since the reunion, so only about 6 months. But they were just, I don't know if they dried out a little bit. They were just not an aggressive tire for eliminations. We went up there first round on the bye, and I was just going to go to half track. I figured I'd go to the shift point, shift it, and shut it off. Just get some incremental numbers. I wasn't worried about lane choice. Both lanes were very, very even there. And when it went up in smoke, I was hoping we had a problem somewhere, that we could come back and pinpoint, okay, this is why we smoked the tires. So we took everything apart, and everything was like it's supposed to be. So it just kind of pointed to man, I don't think the track was that bad. I just think we don't have a good a tire as we had on for qualifying. So let's just back it all down for second round against Mike Hilton, and hopefully they'll go down there.
We'll take a look at round one so everyone can get an idea of what the heck was happening, because it does also go on into round two. So you get it figured out by the final. But so everybody watching that hasn't seen the recap, so they can get the visual, let's see the round one. Right, like second burnout out there on the round one shot. I roll around, get you on camera. I really expected for you to answer, yes, we had this thing hopped up. We were just going to see, what this track could hold. And it was a completely different story. So, you make all the changes. Mike Hilton and Dan Sandbrooks, Johnny Davis, they're over there. And though they haven't dipped into the fives, the car's been making A to B passes with Mike driving it. So I'm sure round 2, you're like, man, we got to figure this out.
Oh, for sure. I mean, those guys ran 70s at the March meet. And Johnny, he's been around forever. Dan's a great guy. And Mike can drive that car. They're one of the top cars out there for sure right now. So I wanted to back it down, but I'm like, I still have to go down the track. I mean, those guys can easily run a mid 80, low 90 right now. So I backed it down, I thought, quite a bit. And it went probably maybe 70, 75 feet. Blew the tires off again. I tried pedaling it, blew tires off again. Went to 10.7 on the pedal. So I'm like, man, this thing is just not hooking up at all. I had no clue that Mike Hilton had red lit. So I was coasting down there, and I saw the Hilton's board flash up 641. I'm like, are you kidding me? A 641 just won second round at the reunion here? I was devastated. I had no clue that I had won.
Let's watch it, and then we'll dive further on the highs and lows of drag racing. You didn't. When did you know that you won? Because I mean, you got the jackpot lights there at Bowling Green, Beach Grove or Beach Bend Raceway Park, but they're small. I get that, and you see the big red numbers. So when did you finally figure it out?
When my guys came down there. So I looked up, saw the 641. I didn't even look for a win light because I was just like, I heard him leave, and I go, I am so freaking late right now. And I think that's why I did such a bad job pedaling. I was already panicked when I heard him leave. So then I get down, I make the turn, I'm rolling up my chutes, and I'm just like, man, hanging my head. You know what I mean? I'm just already thinking about, well, go back, clean everything up, and load up. And my guys pull down, and they're kind of like, they're not hanging their head. I'm like, they're like, he red light, right? Are you kidding me? He red lit? Like, oh my God, what a change in emotions. I mean, from such a low to such a high, and then instantly start thinking, what's wrong with this car again now? How am I not going to smoke the tires in the final?
Absolutely, yes. Low, high, then oh crap. But
Yeah,
we still
yeah.
haven't figured out what the heck this thing is doing. And again, you go from it just watching it from the side of the wall and filming it. It's like, all right, Pete Kaiser comes into this thing. They figure things out in qualifying, and he's number one. And then it looks like you shouldn't even made the show the way you were racing on Saturday. But, hey, you're going rounds. Winning is winning. And it doesn't matter how the win light comes on, but that's what's happening. And you put yourself in this scenario against Gerald Hangey, who's having a whole other really Cinderella story day. First time in NHRA competition in one of those cars. And, well, he makes the show. He goes past round 1, taking out Tyler Hilton in a close one, and then he gets the bye to the final. So they just fire the thing up and cut it off, taking the beams. And Frank tells me over there, he's like, it's just a bunch of hodgepodge stuff. Like, we don't even know if it's going to work. And that's what the final we get. In the final, we have a guy who's been smoking the tires all day that can't get down the track, and another team that it's a bunch of hodgepodge stuff. I'm like, we don't know what we're going to get in the final round. And is that what your thoughts was too? I know you keep backing it down, but the whole time were you like, I have no clue what this car is going to do?
Yeah, I had no clue why my car kept smoking tires. But as far as a hodgepodge crew, that's a Hilton team car over there. That car has the best of the best. And I knew Johnny was over there. I know Hilton was over there, Bobby Hilton. So they can say it's a hodgepodge team, but they got the best parts. That car is a proven chassis. Gerald has his own car one time, the big block Chevy. He's driven a lot. So I'm like, they keep saying it's his first race, but this is not their first rodeo. And all those guys know how to race. They had Frank McBee over there. They had Ricky Marshall. They had some really good people in that car, and I was not taking them lightly. And then my car, I drug out all my clutch discs I had from under the bench. I changed floater cutters. I changed Rockwell hardness. I changed magneto timing. I had changed fuel percentage. I'm like, let's just try and run a 5900. And if he beats me, he beats me.
We'll take a look at the final now from the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion. I have to concur with Brian Loans on the call. That was absolutely phenomenal. For all that we had in the craziness of the day to get side-by-side 590s, you pulling a rabbit out of the hat from what you had done in the previous rounds, spectacular. And you pick up the win at Bowling Green, as you said, monkeys off your back. Diamond Wally, man. I'm sure that looks good on the shelf already.
It does. It does. It was funny, before we fired the cars up, I kept hearing Brian talk about the Cinderella story. I'm like, Brian, would you just stop with the Cinderella story stuff? Give me a chance of winning this thing. But it was a good team effort by my guys. Like, even though everybody on the team knew we were lost and we were out in left field, all the guys just kept doing the same thing. We serviced the motor the same. They said, don't worry, man, we got this. Don't worry. We're here as a team. We're going to win this thing as a team. You've been driving for a long time. We know what to do. Let's just do what we do and go race. So it's really cool having such a great team of guys and gals behind me that never hang their head no matter how we're doing.
Well, your team certainly got it done. And hey, like you said, they didn't get behind. They didn't get down. They continued to do what they knew to do. And it worked out where you all were in victory lane there at Beach Bend Raceway Park for the National Hot Rod Reunion. And I imagine it takes a little bit of the sting away from the March meet, and certainly so because you come away with the points lead at this point in the season. Only the second race for you all in Nostalgia Top Fuel to collect points.
Yeah, that was a great thing coming out of the points lead. When I heard that Gerald beat Hilton first round, I told the guys, we need to capitalize on what just happened to Hilton. We need to go and win this race. And we're out here smoking the tires, look like a bunch of clowns. You know what I mean? I'm like, we need to win this race so we can make us move right now. Disappointed I'm not going to Kentucky, Kansas. We'll just use that race as a throwout, and we'll just go to Boise and just see what we can do. We just have to keep going rounds, not worry about missing the race, and just do what we do.
Right. A little different this year from my understanding in previous years, but you all have the drop in the race this year. Oh, I guarantee Pete's getting a phone call. This is a phone call. That's what that is, because we've had him going the whole time, really no issues, a little bit of a connection, just plop here, there, but no, that's a phone call. It happens on live streams. Oh, it's kicked him. He'll have to come back. We'll have to wrap up with him in just a few moments. It's okay. No worries. This happens in live shows. We'll have Pete Kaiser back as soon as possible. You know, See, he's
That-
already back.
Sorry,
He's already
about
back.
that.
It's cool. You got a phone call, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Say the phone call. There it is. It happens every time. Don't people know these people are live? Don't call them. Or they're probably like, "Hey, I see you on the show, man." Yeah, it's like, well, thanks for kicking, but no. So you win here at Bowling Green. Not going to be doing the race out there at Great Bend, Kansas, and that functions as your drop. But that's different from what I understand is in previous years. The drop is new, or am I misinformed there?
I think a couple years ago we dropped one race. The funny cars have been dropping 1 or 2 races per year. I think this is the first year in about 4 years we've been able to drop a race. It's kind of nice to be able to drop one.
Well, it certainly helps. I mean, obviously, most of the teams in Nostalgia Top Fuel, they are West Coast based. A lot of California teams that far West Coast, and I think the exception really is probably Hilton's and Sandbrooks and Hangy. Now there's others. We got to get through some stuff. Hopefully everybody gets together, sings Kumbaya, and we move on to the future before long. But nonetheless, a lot are out there in California. And I find it fascinating that, and I wonder, like you're saying you're not going to Great Bend. Last count I heard, only 2 cars are going to be at Great Bend. And I wonder, with the drop in play, if some other West Coast teams are going to be like, let's take an opportunity and go get some more points than what we would get with a bigger crowd. It looks like you would be able to gain because, well, I mean, the way the points is, if you only have 2 cars, you got winner points, runner-up points. Like, it's like, go out there and get it,
I don't think anybody's going, and I'll tell you the truth, Lee. I called everybody I knew Monday and Tuesday trying to find a ride for that race. I was going to pay some big money for a ride. And everybody just said, no, I'm not going. We're not going. I called guys back east, some of Jimmy Young's guys, and everybody's like, nope, nope, nope. And I'm like, man, I just need to find a ride for that race. So I think it's just 2 cars, Hilton and Hilton.
Man, well, that's certainly going to be a decent show for Great Bend, Kansas. But I was hoping they'd have a whole lot better turnout for 75 years NHRA, first place to have an NHRA national event. There's just a lot of significance there. I hope they have a great event overall, but I was really hoping that'd be a good turnout out of the Top Fuel scene. Certainly understand most guys, West Coast, but that means they're going to have to do a lot of catching up, except for really you. Obviously having the points lead, and if that's going to be your drop, then you're sitting pretty good at the top.
Kind of. That semifinal finish is going to hurt me. I hope it doesn't totally hurt me at the end of the year, because you figure either one of the Hiltons is going to get winner points and one's going to get runner-up points, and they both had winner runner-up points in the March meet. So it's going to be tough to make up, not impossible. And like all my guys all said, let's just go, and if we just keep winning rounds and stacking round wins, everything will take care of itself.
Hey, that's the name of the game. Stack those round wins. Be thankful that you don't have no countdown to the chase or this or that and reset points, and you can keep going out there on consistency and, well, not so good tires and get wins even in that case. Yeah, by the way, how many sets of tires do you have on order at this point?
Just 2 sets. Now, I usually have no problem. The Hoosier's a great tire, and I chunked one back there last year, and I chunked another one this year. Just bad timing, I guess. And I run a liner tire, so it's not like I can change my own tires like if I had beadlocks. So I do have a set of beadlock wheels, and I might throw a set of Hoosiers on there. That gives me 3 sets.
So Jordan Frolka is asking, what is the point max if it's only 2 cars? I think it's still 80 points toward the winner and then 10 for showing up. Isn't that what it is?
I think it's 100 winner, 80 runner-up, and 10 points for going through tech. And then you get qualifying points too. Number 1 gets 8 points. Number 2 gets 7 points on down the line.
There you go. So yeah, for whoever does go, like, you're guaranteed that, like, we're not dropping this one out of the other ones that we've got. So yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, man, if Pete's not going, because you had mentioned that you weren't, and I'd heard you weren't. I'm like, man, someone out of the West Coast, I'd step up and keep myself in the game. But oh well, not gonna happen. So
I know. I called everybody, like I said, on the way home. I had plenty of time to get on the phone. I was beating that phone up trying to find something going on.
I hear you. I hear you. Enter an altered if they don't.
I didn't mind dually if I could, you know what I mean? At least get the semifinal finish out of it.
Right. To get something down the track on Nitro and, masquerade it as a top fueler and get some points out here. Speaking of points, after Great Bend, Kansas, and that event, it is going to be the Nightfire Nationals up there in Boise. And I have not been to that track yet. It's on my schedule this year, be able to get it in for the first time. I have heard for years from so many people, I've heard it recently as well, that it is a must attend. So how cool is it to go up to Idaho, Potato Land, and burn some nitro?
It's a great event. The new family really go out of the way to take care of the racer. The parking's cool. All the top fuel cars park right behind the stands. And the people come right out of the stands, come right in the pits, and the staging lanes are in front of the stands, but the stands are elevated. So they can look down, watch everybody get ready to go. It's a great place. The track's amazing. And it's a hard place for me to race because you qualify at night and then you race on Sunday. And every time I step on my own toes on Sunday and smoke the tires. So I'm really starting to think about how not to smoke the tires on Sunday there. What a great little track, though. You'd think it'd be like when you first pull in, you see it like this place isn't going to be too cool. I mean, it's just like tumbleweeds around. And then when it fills up with people, it's like a town in there. And it's just a really great place, great crowd. A lot of kids come out, a lot of families, a lot of kids. They end the show with jet cars. They have an autograph session both days, and there's probably hour and 15 minutes of nonstop signing both days. It's just so much fun.
Well, you got the advantage of being in Idaho, and there's nothing else to do. So no,
Very true.
I've seen photos, and everybody has told me that you're overlooking the staging lanes as fans, and I'm like, man, that is so cool to get. Oftentimes, what is an experience that's behind the tower, it's way off, or you're at least restricted, and you can't get that view because. I love the tracks where you all as teams are forced to come back down a return road, like March Meet, at Famoso, or I think of Indy, with the return road,
Yes,
or even Pomona, and the tracks that don't utilize the return road anymore, back up and instead of just down. Like I'm like, man, you're just killing the fan experience and interaction. Like I want to boo the guy that I don't like that won. I want to cheer for the guy that won. Whatever. So to be able to kind of flip it and you're seeing the staging lanes, that's neat. And I don't know, a little bit more bang for your buck on your dollar of your ticket.
100%. We always go through, we throw t-shirts up in the stands, in the staging lanes, and always talk to the people. I'm glad you're going, Lee. You're going to be very impressed with this place. And like I said, the new family that runs it, they're just amazing. They go out of the way to take care of the racer.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've been in Idaho, and last time I was there, people underrate Idaho. It's a beautiful state. There's some neat stuff going on, and it should be no more than just potatoes. But while you're there, you can certainly have great potatoes. So, Idaho russet potatoes. So, it fits in the thing. Sure. And carrots. Carrots are a thing, too, like potatoes and carrots. I didn't know that carrots were so big up there, but apparently they are. That was on the menu when I was there last time. Like, you got to have our carrots. I know we're known for our potatoes, but have our carrots. I'm like, I'll have a carrot. Man, gosh.
Evan asks. Traffic now, too. They're known for
what?
A lot of traffic now. They're known for traffic.
Really?
It's busy up there. It is super busy.
Well, I know the last time I rolled through Boise once, and again, coming from the East Coast and first time traveling out west, actually going for a race. I went out for the national event at Pacific Raceways. So I'm coming back. I'm coming through Idaho, and yeah, I'm like, man, there's more out here than people really make of it. And in Boise itself, I'm like, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad place to live. It's not as bad as everybody. Now, Wyoming, a different story. No. There certainly are places where you can get lost and you are in the middle of nowhere, but there is also still modern society. And I'm not shocked to hear that traffic can be an issue. It seems like everywhere it's an issue. I can remember traveling through Chattanooga, Tennessee one time in my life, and there's no traffic. Now I want to avoid it as much as I try to avoid Atlanta or Nashville. It's insane how bad traffic is. So glad y'all had a safe trip to get out to Bowling Green for sure. Speaking of that, which way did you go? Did you come across 40 or was it another way for you all?
Yeah, we go 40.
Okay.
I've gone that way every time. I kind of know the route. I know my stops. I want to go 80, but I'm not sure about the elevation and stuff. And like I said, I just use a little dually. So I try and baby that thing along, try and get some speed up for the hills, try and coast down the hills. I kind of know the 40 route now, but I do want to go 80 one time.
Okay. I like 42. Been that way a lot, heading out to Bakersfield and elsewhere. Along the way, what are your stops? Like, if I can stop at the Big Texan, I'm doing it, but there's a better place, Coyote Bluff in Amarillo, that's worth a stop and get a better steak at actually than the Big Texan, and then Santa Rosa off. By that time, I'm like, man, I got to go. I got to stop here whether I want to or not type thing. So, like, what's your stops along the way?
You know, we don't stop much. We start driving about 5 in the morning. One of my guy goes with me, Jeff Joyner rides with me, and we drive to about midnight at 1 o'clock. We just stop at a Love's truck stop, sleep for a few hours, and right back on the road. I like to get there early in case there's any trouble on the road. You never know when you can burn 2 or 3 days in a town waiting on a part for something. So I just want to get there so I can race. And then after the race, I just want to get back home and start prepping for the next race. So we did stop at the Big Texan one time. Great time. My guy did the challenge. He took about maybe 8-10 bites, put the stuff down, says, I'm done. I'm like, come on, you're done already.
Well, that was a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, next time, like any crew members that want to take this challenge, you got to get further than 8 bites. Like, come on.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a massive challenge. I've seen some people attempt it, and I applaud them. I don't know how people do that. I enjoy a good steak, but not 72 ounces of it. That is absolutely insane. I don't blame you though. Look, it seems like on long trips, just you amplify what can happen and what will happen. We saw that earlier this year, even with the Hiltons, them traveling out to March meet. They had a time getting out there and just happened to be in the right little town in Oklahoma to find the right computer for, their rig. So yes, it can happen. Fred Spell wants to know if you'll make him a sandwich.
Yeah, I'll make him a sandwich. In fact, I found a sandwich maker for him.
All right, Fred, there you go. He found you a sandwich maker for you. And Evan wants to know, how was the fishing with Fro?
We didn't catch much.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, Pete, look, leading the points and looking forward to Boise. Going to be the West Coast for the rest of the year. The challenges of Reading. I keep hearing that Reading, not a bad track, but like narrow groove or something to that nature. What's the scoop on Reading?
I love Reading. I want to definitely succeed. It's 3 hours from the house. It's less than a tank of fuel in the truck, so I love it. They had a bump down past the finish line, and that's what kind of bent my car 2 years ago. They have ground the track down. It's all smooth now. Tony and Jennifer Tremp are doing an amazing job up there. It is a little bit of a narrow groove, but that's okay. Just stay in the groove. You got no problem. And I'm looking forward to going there. I'm hoping that track really succeeds and takes off. We need more tracks out here. And everybody's got the same track. So it is what it is. If it takes, like this weekend, if someone had told me a 590 is going to win Beach Bend, I'd say, you're crazy. But you just got to race the racetrack. But Reading's a cool little home track. They're starting to get more and more fans out there. And Tony and Jennifer are another one that really take care of the racer. They have great pit spots right by the staging lanes. They got a good hamburger stand out there, and it's a good place to race too. And it's also a Friday and Saturday race, which is nice. You can travel home on Sunday.
All right. Sounds like a good venue and maybe some challenges, but I like that for you racers. I hear all the time, the track this, track that. Like, oh, hey, you got to tune to the conditions.
Exactly.
Like, you got what you got. Go out there and put on a show. And we certainly got that at Beach Bend Raceway Park in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It was a good show in Top Fuel. So many different storylines, twists, and turns, and you certainly were a part of that. Top story, though, Pete Kaiser comes away with a win and a Diamond Wally there at the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion. Well, Pete, look, give you the floor. Any sponsors or any people in particular you want to thank concerning this win?
Probably the biggest thanks goes out to my wife for putting up with this stuff. You know, what I mean, we spend a lot of time just at home on this car and a lot of money. And I got to thank her for the dedication and the people that help us. I got Pack West Trailers. A lot of people have been with us for a long time. Maximal Oil came on this year. And Veterans of Foreign Wars with us for a long time. Fred Spell Paving, Skip Holgren, IGTG, Scott Canoe. He helps out Paul Lee and Matt Smith with his bike. He also helps me out with this car. There's so many. Don Nelson from Nelson Motorsports that runs a funny car. He helps out a lot. Without all these little people pitching in, I couldn't do this. Jerry Steiner's daughter, Jerry Lynn Steiner, she helps out when she can. It's just cool to see all these people want to be part of what we're doing, and they are a big part of what we do. We welcome them all in the pits, and we're here. We're out here racing because you guys are helping us go do this. And then my parents, they caused all this stuff a long time ago, and they're constantly helping me out. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And they put a lot into this also, and they keep pushing me to do good, do good. Don't settle for just being okay. You got to be great. You got to be great, and I love that. But definitely, my wife just being at home every day. This car is in my garage. I had to take out half the living room to get the car into the garage, and she's like, "Whatever, let's just go do it." When we bought this car in 2023 from Dan Hran, she goes, "If we buy this car, it's not going to sit in the garage. We're going to go to the races. We didn't buy a car to have it sit in the garage and go to cherry pick a few races. If we're going to have a car, let's go to all the races." So that's what we're doing. It's great.
I like that. I like that a lot of, hey, if we're going to have this thing, we need to race it. Before we let you go, I'm going to bring up, hey, you can follow Pete on Facebook and Instagram, KFR Top Fuel Dragster. So go give them a follow, a like. And Pete, thank you for investing, having Olivia out there and, putting stuff up on social media. What you all doing, like I like to say sometimes, neo nostalgia Top Fuel, it is dang cool in the drag racing world that you're doing all that you're doing with all the power in a platform that has been proven that this is outdated. This is not the way you should do it on a skinny little tire for what you all are doing. It's like nitro small tire racing. I don't know why, it should be way more popular than what it is. And you having a page and other teams having a page and posting regularly, it is so important. So thank you.
Thank you. We try and run this thing as professional as we can. You know what I mean? When we got this thing, I'm like, let's do it right. I want to do it right. I don't want to do it half-ass. Let's go. I tried doing social media myself. I couldn't. So we got a 24-year-old girl, Olivia Rambo, doing it, and she's doing a great job. I try and keep my pits professional, try and run the whole thing professional as I can. And that way, if I lose, I wasn't good enough. It wasn't because I didn't have the right parts. It wasn't because I don't have enough money. If I lose, I suck. It's my fault.
Well, certainly you didn't suck at Bowling Green. You got the job done and you won. Pete, congratulations. Thank you for your time and coming on Between the Slicks again. I appreciate it.
Awesome, Lee. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Boise in August.
Looking forward to it as well. Take care, Pete.
Thank you.
Pete Kaiser, your winner of the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion there at Beach Bend Raceway Park, Bowling Green, Kentucky. It is certainly a great setting. If you have not been able to take in a drag race there at Beach Bend Raceway Park, you need to add it to your list. The covered grandstands, which is very nice on a warm day as it was for the fans. I was out in the sun, fine, working, drag racing. Don't want to complain beyond that, certainly. But it is picturesque. Some of those seats come out of a baseball stadium from the early 1900s, so there's history there. And you've got the car show, and the hills are just filled with cars that are national level quality and cruise in type, and plenty of variety. You can go buy plenty of things at the swap meet, from old signs to the part you need for your restoration and the drag racing itself. And then, oh, by the way, you've got the theme park. Yeah, Beach Bend Park. So you can go ride on the roller coaster or the tower that drops you and things of that nature and have a fun time there in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green, Kentucky's got some cool things going on for it. I see Bobby Cottrell chiming in. Hope you're doing well, man, and looking forward to seeing you and Miner back out as soon as possible, and hopefully be talking to you soon because you've been turning on some win lights. So thank you for watching. Thank you for chiming in here on Between the Slicks. Again, folks, you pretty much saw most of it, but if you want the other gaps filled in concerning eliminations from the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion there at Beach Bend Raceway Park, the full eliminations video, it is on the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel. I definitely have to give some credit to Kellen Kennedy of Nitro Maniacs Drag Files TV. He has here recently been doing the edits for me, so that's allowed me to travel. It's allowed me to go to sleep, and I've paid him to do the edits, and he has done a phenomenal job taking the footage that I have sent to him, whether it's March Meet, IHRA, or this most recent event there in Bowling Green, and done some great edits to be on the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel so that you all can enjoy it, and that it is there for, well, recorded posterity's sake, that it is there. People know what happens, or did happen, that you had Tyler Hilton, 4-time defending champ, looking for the 5th one, go down in round 1 to someone with a new operation, and they go all the way to the final, and Michael red lights, and Kaiser wins, and yet probably shouldn't have won, but he does. I say that to say this. When you read the NHRA article, nothing against who wrote it. They probably didn't even really know what happened. They probably weren't watching the live stream. And by the way, thanks NHRA for the live stream that you could watch on NHRA.tv and on the YouTube channel. Nonetheless, when you read the article put out by the NHRA, it makes it sound like Pete dominated. And yes, he was number 1 qualifier. And yes, he did win the event, pulling out a 595 from where? Because everything else through the rest of the day, you were like, yeah, I'm not putting my money on Pete because I don't know what is about to happen. He is for surely going to smoke the tires. And that did not take place. The article kind of reads like he dominated. And no, he had more of a strange day that resulted into a win because he was able to persevere through what was happening. So, yeah, video is up there on Monday Morning Racer YouTube, so you can go and hear from the drivers. You hear from just about everybody. In fact, you do hear from everybody except for Tyler. And you're able to hear from Mike Hilton. You're able to hear from Pete Kaiser. You're able to hear from Gerald Hange. And that's even more than what was on the live stream. So I will say this, here on the Monday Morning Racer platform, yes, there's certainly going to be times where you're only going to see the footage of the cars. That's every platform. But I'm going to take the time to go to the pits and get those drivers or get that crew member or get that crew chief or whoever on camera and talk to them. I value that. I think it is important. I hope you think it is important. And take the time, if you haven't watched the full recap, and go watch it after the show here on the Monday Morning Racer YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow on Facebook as well. We'd appreciate you doing that. We're going to dive into some drag news briefly here on the show. And with drag news, we'll also give you a McKinney report. So, McKinney Corp, word from them, drag news.
McKinney Motorsports is your #1 source for all your chassis needs. McKinney Motorsports is the leading chassis parts supplier and fabricator in nitro drag racing. From custom tanks and fittings, full chassis builds, body mounts, steering components, fasteners, tabs, clamps, composite parts, and much more. Our household name in the racing world guarantees added performance on the track. Join our list of proven winners that spans over 50 years of racing experience.
We'll begin with the McKinney report. Very thankful to Murph McKinney and his support to me personally and the Monday Morning Racer platform. Over the weekend, McKinney Corp cars fared well in drag racing, and we'll start in the International Hot Rod Association. The fuel-altered final was an all McKinney final. You see here in the left lane, the near lane to you, the War Wagon machine piloted by Kevin Kinsley. And in the far lane, the no-name of the Bushwhacker racing operation, Jody Austin in that car. You are familiar with it in funny car trim in the International Hot Rod Association. Well, they brought it into the shop at McKinney Corp for some alterations, pun intended, to get it ready for fuel-altered drag racing in the International Hot Rod Association. A maiden voyage with it as a fuel-altered, and they make the final. They go on to win Jody Austin Bushwhacker Racing in this no-name fuel-altered. They need to hurry up and get it named with them already winning. I heard someone mention, call it the Bush Viper. I like that. And maybe call it the Bush Viper along with the Bushwhacker that they still have. But Kevin Kinsley, War Wagon outfit, McKinney Corp chassis, 3-rail, and then also a 3-rail for Jody Austin over there, originally built for John Force Racing. So if they're built right, it don't matter how old they are, they can go out there and perform, and that's certainly the case with the McKinney Corp chassis. Continuing the International Hot Rod Association, Phil Ez won in Top Alcohol Funny Car. He's been doing that a lot in the International Hot Rod Association, but he also has a McKinney Corp Top Alcohol Funny Car at his disposal that he is winning very often in the International Hot Rod Association with. And then in the National Hot Rod Association, in regional action, there at Summit Motorsports Park, it was, no shock, Sean Bellemere and the Killer Bees, Tony Bartone, Steve Boggs tuning it, picking up the Ice Cream Bowl and the Diamond Wally at Summit Motorsports Park there for the Cavalcade of Stars in Top Alcohol Funny Car regional action. And as you can clearly see in gold on that car is the number 1, because they are the defending world champions. And they are using McKinney Corp products to get it done. Speaking of the International Hot Rod Association, we have 5 winners currently eligible to possibly earn $1 million. All they have to do is go to Maple Grove Raceway in Reading, Pennsylvania, toward the end of this year, race season, rather, and win 2 races back-to-back. They must win 3 races in a row to earn a $1 million bonus in the IHRA Triple Crown. Not to mention that they would win $150,000 each race for just winning. So the payout is immense over there at the International Hot Rod Association. Your winners, starting from the left, going to the right, John DeFlorian and Mountain Motor Pro Stock, Trip Tatum and Top Fuel. You've got Mr. Harris, Mr. Party Time in Pro Mod, Taylor Deach in Pro Stock, but Pro Stock in the way that we understand it in the International Hot Rod Association, and then Paul Lee in Nitro Funny Car. I like how the photographer kind of got them all laid out. It looks like a nice arch of humanity there, going from, tall in the middle, and I like that. It worked out good. What did you think about the IHRA this past weekend? I have rolled through social media, and there is a clear separation from those that were not there and those that were there. Those that were there, they have rave reviews of this event, claiming that it was the best IHRA event thus far, and that is good news. But those that were not there and didn't watch the stream, by the way, they express all the negativity around the IHRA that can be mustered, and it shocks me. Drag racing fan, you're getting what you want. Nitro is being burned in more than one place at a professional level. That's what you've been asking for. Now you've got it, and just because it isn't the NHRA doing it your way, some of you are complaining. We've got it really good right now in drag racing as drag racing fans. So from everything I have heard and what I've seen photo-wise, well, it was a well-attended event. I didn't say sellout. I didn't even say packed. I said well-attended event. That doesn't mean it was well-attended from the time they opened the gate to the time that they shut the gate. I mean, understand, Bowling Green, Beach Bend Raceway Park, there for the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion, had a tremendous crowd. But if you look at the photos from the finals, you'll say, well, where are some people? Look, that's just the nature of drag racing right now. People come and go when they want. Just a reality. We got to figure out something if we want that final round shot to be packed, to somehow keep people there all day or shorten the program. So I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe it will never happen. But if it is going to happen, we got to figure it out. Because look, I like that final round shot and the finals are full. Southeast Gassers Association drag racing, I see it happen. Great crowd to start with, and by the finals, people have gone on home. That's a reality of sporting events right now and fandom in general. But there was a great crowd at Beach Bend Raceway Park. I know Cordova had their Summer Nationals. I heard there was a good crowd there, and there was a good crowd taking place there at the IHRA. So a good weekend on Father's Day weekend for drag racing. So the IHRA performing well. It keeps moving forward, and that is a good thing for the sport. A great event was held there at Beach Bend Raceway Park. We have plenty of drag racing this weekend. Certainly the NHRA Mission Foods Series is in action there at Summit Motorsports Park, a.k.a. Norwalk. You see Greg Anderson here. Imagine that, Summit Racing Equipment Nationals, a man with a long relationship with Summit Racing Equipment. The Norwalk Nats taking place this very weekend, so you'll be able to win your Diamond Wally and your ice cream scooper from that great facility, the house that Bader built, and it is such a great place to take in a drag race. They do such a great job there no matter what the event is. The NHRA national event rolling into town for the Mission Foods Series. You'll be able to catch it all on NHRA.tv, or here's my tip to you. I love to use TVRacer.com. And TVRacer.com gives me the schedule, not just for the National Hot Rod Association, but for NASCAR, IndyCar, MotoGP, Formula One, for the entire week, or in this case, we're talking about the weekend. So if you want to know what's on and when it's on, and even its re-airs, TVRacer.com. I've got no affiliation, but whoever runs that site or group runs it, thank you. It is such a great resource to go learn where I need to watch what and when and where. So thank you for that. Southeast Gassers Association drag racing. It is in action this weekend. The Ram Clutches Nationals at Knoxville Dragway, June 26th, 27th. Friday is test and tune action. Then there's going to be a live band afterwards. And then we also have qualifying and eliminations on Saturday. Both nights, keyword nights, will have action because test and tune and then qualifying into eliminations, they both days begin at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So it is going to be Sega drag racing under the lights. And Southeast Gases Association drag racing under the lights is cool. I've experienced it just a couple of times, but it is so cool under the lights. Look, I know Nitro's cool under the lights. It's top. I get it. But Sega drag racing, these old hot rods with their paint jobs under the lights, banging gears, toting wheels, it is a spectacular show. Roll on to Rockingham Dragway, July 31st and August 1st, the Rock Revival. Hey, notice that event doesn't have a title sponsor right now. If you're out there and you can step up and you want to be a part of a popular brand right now that is growing in popularity in drag racing, reach out. We'll get you connected with the Southeast Gassers Association for the Rock Revival and have your company, your brand associated with that race. It will also be held both nights in the evening and into the nighttime. And then we roll into the G-Force Nationals at Farmington Dragway in Mocksville, North Carolina. That's August 21st and 22nd. Don't know yet, but there might be a change on it time-wise as well. But currently, it is still set up for the 1 p.m. start time. So if you are around the Ohio area, Cleveland, Ohio, Norwalk, and Sandusky area, well, you need to be at the national event this weekend. But if you're down south and you're near Knoxville, you need to be at Knoxville Dragway this weekend. So get to the track wherever you are at and go enjoy some great drag racing this weekend. Oh, remember, Nitro Slam Dance, I mentioned that at the top of the show. Go read Rick Bain's magazine. You can purchase them later on, but he's got some copies still from March Meet. You can just search it online. You can find the website, get out there, and he's doing some great work for Nostalgia Top Fuel and the Nostalgia classes and showcasing them in a print form. Yes, digitally, but also you can get a print form. And look, spectacular work. It's laid out right. It looks good. I like the name Nitro Slam Dance. That just rolls off. It is some cool stuff that he is putting out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this installment of Between the Slicks. I'm Lee Kraft, the Monday Morning Racer. Be sure to go by the YouTube channel and watch the elimination coverage from the NHRA National Hot Rod Reunion there at Beach Bend Raceway Park, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Congratulations to Pete Kaiser, and it certainly just did get interesting, I think, in Neo-Nostalgia Top Fuel in the National Hot Rod Association. Hey, be sure to tune in to the Southeast Gassers Association YouTube channel. We will be live later on this weekend with a qualifying and eliminations coverage. So go subscribe, tune in. To each and every one of you, God bless, and keep the pedal to the metal.
Dylan Wineski, you've got a nice new shiny Taylor Motorsports Products fire suit. How's that fit, man?
Oh, it's nice, comfortable. It's really breathable. Breathable. It's real flexible, and it's a great fit.
It's a great fit for Dylan right here in the Altered. It's also a great fit for him in the Big Show flopper. Taylor Motorsports Products for things right here at March Meet all the way to the NHRA Big Show and beyond, like in the tractor pulling. If you need motorsports products, Taylor Motorsports Products, that's where you need to get it from.